I had a mentor that told me that at first you need to be willing to be terrible at something before you can become great at something. And let me tell you, that is absolutely the truth. Kind of an interesting thing. I was looking through the metrics for my podcast, and I've been doing this. This is episode 108. Woohoo! Right? And there was a long time where the number of listeners to my podcast was like 2. Right? I would go to the dashboard of my podcast and it would be like average number of listeners, 2 or 1, right? And when you've been doing it for 30 days and publishing every day for 30 days, 60 days for a while, and it's like 2. Oh, well, you went to 3. It gets a little disheartening. But that's what it takes, is consistency and being willing to be not very good at something in order to get better. So we're going to talk about that after the intro. Welcome to my journey of self-discovery, life balance, career success, and business creation. This podcast works to answer the question of how successful professionals like us stop drifting and get focused on keeping our careers and businesses growing rapidly while having a full, balanced, and vibrant life that we absolutely love. What we call the Third Power Life. And this is the Third Power Life Podcast. So yeah, it does take time and consistency to build up a readership, a listenership, what have you. I'm still working on that for my YouTube channel and for my podcast and all of that. So I would love it if you would like and subscribe. But in all seriousness, I went on my dashboard for my podcast today, and I am still definitely not in the stellar, oh my God, people are just following me all over the place. But the thing that used to be 2 or 3 is now 70. I've got, an audience size of 70 over the last 7 days. Not bad, right? It's still, I want to add at least 3 zeros to that, probably 4. But we're getting there, right? And I'll put a graph up on the screen for the listening chart that I have, and how it's like it goes nothing, whoop, and there you go. And that's the way that the slight edge works. The whole concept of power rituals that I talk about is that it's consistent effort applied over time. It's like working out or anything else in life. It's not like you can go to the gym for 8 hours and come out and suddenly be, I'm all buffed up. It doesn't work that way. You've got to go and go and go and go. And the first week, you don't notice a difference. The second week, don't really notice a whole lot of difference. The first month, a little bit. And then it's after 3 months, 4 months, and now you start to see, wow, this transformation, this instant No, it's the chart. It starts and it's going up very, 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 very slowly. And then all of a sudden the exponential factor kicks in and suddenly through the roof, right? Logarithmic scales. And that's what life is like, right? And that is what we have, I'm seeing here with my podcast, with your help, because you're helping me. So like and subscribe. So all of our efforts, we have to be willing to not see any major change in the beginning. We have to be willing to be terrible, right? I mean, some of my first episodes I listen to them now, and I mean, we're talking only 3 months ago, and it's just like, oh no, at least I only had one where I had wing sauce all over my face. But in all seriousness, you're going to be terrible, and you have to be willing to be terrible in order to get to great. That's the key. You got to be willing to fail, willing to fall down, willing to be publicly terrible. I mean, some of my videos, some of my podcasts are just not very good, and everybody in the world can see them. The horror. Right? So get out there. Maybe it's you need to start a podcast. Maybe it's just you need to start working out. Maybe it's doing something that you don't like a little bit every day. I don't know what it is for you. I don't know what your purpose, what your quest is. My quest, my purpose is to make a difference in the world, to make a difference in your world, to make the story Cats in the Cradle just a song and not a story about anybody, to change the way that successful people have life balance. That's my purpose. That's why I'm trying to reach everyone. That's why I want it to be 7 million views instead of 70 for my audience size, right? We'll get there. We'll get there. But that's why I do it. I'm willing to be terrible in public right now so that I can achieve that greatness later. Anyway, consistency, even when it's not great. It's how you live your life to the third power. So until tomorrow, my friends, get out there and get busy. I'm glad you enjoyed this podcast. Please let us know what impacted you in today's episode. You can join our Discord or Facebook community to connect with like-minded people that want a real third power life. You can go to thirdpowerlife.com or look in the show notes for links. And remember, hit that like, subscribe, and rate button for the Third Power Life podcast. Until next time.